swallowing phlegm. This week's episode of the Deck Chair and Yums podcast brought this bonus episode of the Deck Chair and Yums podcast brought to you by Patreon.
Something like that.
As always, thank you very much for your patient listening questions from the eyes.
You know the crack by now.
Aye, we're going to answer some questions from the people that pay for us. Thanks very much for the rent. Appreciate it. Those of you who...
We do love you, yeah. That's a fucking, fair play to them.
Yes.
We have 26 questions, so we're going to hammer through this as quick as possible.
26 questions, like fucking more questions you get asked in McGabra.
Right, lads, I'm currently in Turkey on holiday, and I'm becoming even more steamboats as the week goes on. What's the best holiday you've ever been on, and have you got up to any shenanigans while there?
Ooh. Sure, I haven't been on holiday in years. Sure.
Best holiday I've ever been on was probably Jamaica, I have to say. I would say. And shenanigans, yes.
Yeah.
Did do a lot of shenanigans.
That's
what I like to call her.
Maybe the time me and Geddes and McCann went to Amsterdam.
Okay, yeah.
Shenanigans. Watching people buck on a stage.
Nice.
Stoned.
Yeah.
Fun.
Good times. If you're getting more and more steamboats in Turkey, I think it's because it's all the fucking cheap drink. Fair play to you.
Aye. Watch the hands.
The heat stroke.
Watch the heat stroke.
And the hands too.
And the hands. Because you get sunburn in your hands.
Right, okay.
And if you're talking to anybody with sore hands, talk to me.
Look like you got them sunburned.
This fella here. You want to point no fingers because I can't separate them.
Next up, highest lads, go on and describe your perfect ideal sandwich in great detail. No.
Scarlett Johansson. Demi Moore from G.I. Jane.
Don't bring it.
Sorry. Jada Pinkett. Sorry.
Will Smith.
Perfect sandwich. Sausage, bacon, potato bread, white bread. Spicy barbecue sauce.
Sausage, bacon, potato bread, more bread.
So you go bread. Start from the bottom. You go bread.
Butter.
Sausage.
Yes.
Potato bread.
Oh.
Bacon. Bread and butter. Then you go take the top of the bread and butter off. Barbecue sauce because you forgot about the sauce. Close it down. Squish her. Cut it in the triangle. Or just eat it.
One might go. Nice.
Delicious.
Nice. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to go into much detail as that, but peanut butter and jam.
Fair enough.
Can't beat it.
I've never actually had that in a sandwich.
Have you had it? Oh my god, it's so lovely. Right. What have you had it in?
I've had it out of the jar.
Out of the jar, just?
Yeah.
What, 2 spoons?
No, the other ones is mixed in.
Oh no. You don't love me.
You need to get fucking proper heartlet.
You need to get the KP crunchy.
Oh, you go crunchy, do you? You bring little mother.
Right. My question is, all the comedians are very close and friendly. You all appear on each other's pods and share the stage together, etc. Except Sean Haggerty and Paddy Raff. What's the reason those guys seem to be outsiders? Is there any beef? Second question is, when you guys are gigging, how do you pick who does the support? Since you're all so close, does it ever cause any issues if you ask one guy but not another? Cheers, keep up the great content. I didn't think Sean Haggerty was...
Sean kind of stopped for a while. He didn't really do stand up for a long time.
Yeah. And the Paddy Raffs. Now, I mean, I've only met him once.
Aye.
I just don't know the guy.
Yeah.
And we've never, I
think Paddy Raff is the sort of the person in Northern Ireland. He shot up that quick. He wouldn't need to do a podcast.
No. And he kind of bypassed the comedy clubs. I've seen him the one time I met him and seen him was in Lavery's. He did one, and it was just after the
Stacey's Ma.
No, it was the Galway girl.
Oh, right,
that one had just hit that week.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. But no, I mean, if we met him at gigs, I suppose you probably would get to know him. But just don't know him.
Aye.
So I don't see him as being an outsider. Fucking, if anything, we're the outsiders because he's the one making fucking fortune.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think so. I was surprised. I understand maybe the Paddy Raff thing because he doesn't be on lineups. But Sean was like, he did dailies for us on the first night back. He was in Lavery's.
And then I suppose, again, with our podcast, especially because we do Noma, it's always hard to. That's why we don't do guests.
Well, I think it's hard to do a podcast if there's 2 people and then a third guest.
Aye. Also
if it was any of us by ourselves and had a guest on, Shane does.
Plus, it's a small studio, having the room for another person.
Yeah, and we fill up most of the screen.
Yeah, we only bought 2 mics.
Yeah.
And we don't like the rest of them. I mean, there's awful fucking wild Protestant smell about some of them. Like
some of them have a wild rank fucking.
Absolute smell of gentry about them.
Blue molded oranges.
Yeah. Seedless grapes. Real fucking.
Second question.
Gala apples. Ugh.
When you guys are gigging, how do you pick who does the support?
I go on last every time.
Well, it doesn't apply to me because I've never went on tour, but for yourself, you've went on tour. Would you agree there's two types? There's the one who wants somebody that's not that great beforehand.
Yeah,
and then there's somebody who wants somebody to actually warm the room up for him.
Yeah.
You know, there's two different types of comedians because Kilty had that vibe of him from what I heard of, the way Paddy tells the story anyway, I don't know, but that he didn't want to follow you guys in Villa, was that right? Or there's something about that? Paddy said there was... No?
It's two very different versions of that story, Conor.
Oh, is there? Well, I do apologise. I only know the Paddy version. I don't know.
To be honest with you, I only know the Paddy version as well. But that was
even
though it was there.
But there is that thing
willing to talk about the other version.
No, but there is that thing of you've said to me before that you want somebody to have the room ready.
I want a murderer.
Yeah, you want the room completely warm because that's the confidence in your skill. That's not what you said. I'm saying that, but I think there are other acts who do purposely pick somebody that's less.
Yeah, like I'll pick somebody who's not as good for the bigger shows.
Yeah.
So I look class.
Yeah. Like the Ulster Hall and stuff.
Yeah. Like I'll get one of Shane's fucking cast off or something. No, you genuinely, for me personally, I genuinely... Oh, you joke, I love it. I genuinely think it's better that...
The worst thing is, it's fucking true.
It's not. Like, I wanted to come to last year, you said no, it was all fuck's sake. But I genuinely think it's better to have the show as a whole for people to be able to enjoy the support act.
Yeah.
You want people to leave and going, fuck, he was class, but that support act was very good as well.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than I've had people come up to me and go, that's the support act. Wasn't good. And I've had...
See, if you say it was a Ulster Hall, I'm going to fucking...
No. I swear to God. I don't talk to the audience. By the time I got to the Ulster Hall, I wasn't talking to the muggles. Fuck up. There's a pandemic on. No, but I've had that happen to me, like where I've had support acts come on. I've seen people do a set and I've gone, fuck, he's class. Do you want to come do support for me? And then they arrive and they go, can you 20 minutes, 25? And they go, I've only got 8.
Aye. Yeah.
And I'm like, why'd you say yes to this?
Yeah.
Because now there's the first half is 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's not going to work.
And there's been situations I know that, like, I remember one time I supported Kilty on tour 2012, and then he came back, and I can't remember who he had, but he had a couple of different people warming up for him, and it wasn't working. And he went, "You can get Mickey back here." But by that stage, it was 2 or 3 years later, I had gotten better.
You were too big for him then.
No, not at all. I was fucking glad to be on the road with him again. But by this stage, it was going, you might pay him more money than last time, because it wasn't Paddy Kilty, it was the promoter, was trying to be a bit fucking weird. But what happened, I remember that the very last show in a run at the Opera House, he told me not to do my final joke as I was going on stage.
Yeah.
So I was doing 20 minutes of material the whole time thinking, how do I change this final joke? Oh, man. Managed to do it, man. Mickey fucking Bartlett.
But still, it's an awful thing.
No,
in fairness...
But that's the flip side of like a comedian going, I don't know if he was doing it to snipe me in the sense of going, you're doing too well here. But it was the fact that he clearly... But essentially what had happened was we had both had jokes about Oscar Pistorius. It was big at the time.
Right, yes.
And it wasn't until the last show he told me. So I went, you haven't watched this one night. And if you'd watched it, all you had to do was go, Mickey was talking about Oscar Pistorius there. And then go and do your completely different joke to me.
There's nothing worse than that than not getting the...
Do you know what I mean? Which is why I will watch the support acts as well, because you want to be able to go, if we've covered the same topic, just to go fucking...
You have to. I have witnessed it obviously from the comedy club, and I would be of the same opinion as you. I would want somebody to be an actual the room warmed up, because it makes the comedian's job harder then to come on stage to not only a cold room, but a room that's in the minus of temperature, that you have to try and fucking work even harder to bring it up. And it would have been easier just to come out absolutely cold, because as you say, it's harder to bring them back up again. But there are some who don't want that, and I think they're not. It's not fair to their punters, the people buying. You should give them the best show possible for that length of time you have them. And I mean the Murphy. Whenever I did the first time for Colin Murphy, he was the same. He was going, right, what are you talking about?
Aye.
And he actually asked me, what's your bits?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
And it was okay then. It was sort of thing. And there was a time where I was doing the Jerry Adams bit, and he was like, okay, I'll take mine out. You know, he didn't make me take mine out. He took his out because he was
he's
fucking
generous as fuck.
But again, I suppose that's a sign of the skill that maybe Kilty didn't have that confidence.
Well, it's back to that thing that was sort of we were chatting with you earlier. It's that Kilty hasn't been doing comedy clubs in 20 years.
No.
You know,
No,
and that's you lose it. Like I actually listened to Bill Burr. I might have told this story last week as well. He had done some like car park gigs during the pandemic, and he went weirdly as you get bigger and more famous as a comedian, you get worse because you don't have to work as hard. So he was like, it was interesting to go back and do gigs that I would have done 30 years ago.
And I do believe
have
that
to relearn how to do them.
Yeah, and I do believe that's what keeps Alexa Murphy fresh is the MCing at the
Yeah, but
Empire
you
and all
have
that
to.
crack,
Yeah. If you even the likes of Kevin Hart coming to small gigs like that, although it's a different thing where he's not getting heckled and it's not like he's on doing 20 here and then trying to work it up.
I know, but
He's got an art, but there's something in like you need to keep working the muscle. Like that's all it is.
and I love the fact that nobody from here, especially the Muggles, like why is he doing it? And you're like, you don't understand.
You don't get it.
He needs to hone this. Like,
Yeah.
and this is the purpose. So I remember Peter Kay before his last, the big tour, the tour didn't tour. He booked out a venue, 110 seater venue, 5 nights in a row. Told nobody. The people didn't know who the fuck they were coming to see. They just bought tickets. Rumours went down the river. But that people don't realise you have to work at that.
Yeah,
because
100%.
this idea that you're going to walk on stage for the first time, utter a line, knowing it's going to be funny. It just doesn't happen.
It doesn't
You
happen at all.
have to try
And
it
it's,
out.
I mean, at the end of the day, an hour of stand up it's a play.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're having to, even though it's quite loose, you're still having to sort of learn a script. You're having to know
And
the
it's a
beats of it.
performance, and
you
you're
have to
constantly getting
rehearse
the rhythm
it.
of
You
it,
have to, which is why taking cocaine at comedy gigs is a stupid fucking idea.
I always what would you
Sorry, Connor.
would you
I'm
agree?
looking at this
Oh, sorry. I
That's
see.
right, you.
You
You
man.
with the sniffles. Aye. I'll Colombian hay fever. Think I don't know what you're up to? Think I don't know what you're fucking up to? Text a junkie to spot a junkie, is that right? Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Do you see him? Mm-hmm. Aye.
I'm not taking the eyes off to her.
Ah, good man. Read them questions though.
Can't. I'm taking the eyes off her. Right. One for Mick. Why does Lurgan and Portadown get so much shite when clearly Craigavon is the bigger shite hole? Fuck them roundabouts.
Fucking, I agree. Well, no, Lurgan.
Lurgan and Portadown.
Lurgan, that's not fair. Portadown deserves it. Toilet of a town. Absolute shithole. A dirt box of a town. Lovely town centre, but see them housing estates? Fuck, you couldn't watch them.
A fellow town of your county.
Dirt box by dirty bastards. Dirt wallopers, fucking
That's
dirt
the same
wallopers,
as me
down bastards. That's how they all talk. In the mayor pour down, you fucking cunt, just being fucking live, fucking mayor, like. Don't be fucking, here, don't let them bastards walk in that fucking road there, like, fuck's sake, like.
So they talk to James?
Fucking hell. See, this man's
I can't also, I can't distinguish between these all sound the same.
sounds like.
These all sound, you know what I mean? Goma and all that crack, you know what I mean? It's like. Anyway,
We're not going with our cousins, you fucking sheep shagging culty fuck you.
my cousin's fucking stunning.
Your
so
cousin he is alright.
He is a
I've seen
fucking
him.
raid.
Hello?
We had this
You
conversation
traveller
before.
hiding fuck.
We've had this conversation before where none of the two of us can say me.
Me?
Yeah, when we're talking fast, you say
me.
ma and I say me.
Aye.
Go on me, and you say go on ma.
Aye.
But that doesn't work because
That's why I'm
Sure.
never going to make it big, because I don't have a fucking sexy accent.
you're
And when I try to make it sexy, people go, why are you telling it there for fuck's sake? Yeah, I saw a clip of you doing a gig in Australia. What are you even talking about, fuck's sake? Fucking disgusting, but how do you think you are? Fucking passion, mate.
right. What is one of the weirdest, funniest things you've seen at a house party? My friend had a house party.
I read this one last night, and I cannot believe this is true.
My friend had a house party and we were hoking around his ma's room and a lad opened the laundry basket, lifted out a pair of knickers, put them in his mouth, and when he pulled them out there was a massive skid mark and he looked at it, laughed and put them back in his mouth.
That'll give you the calibre of our listeners, ladies and gentlemen.
They're the people we hang out with.
It's the circles we move in. Friends in low places.
Pure class.
The
No.
shit eater.
No.
Front bum or back bum skid mark? I need to know.
I
Was
assume...
it a Diffin skid mark or a snail trail?
Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. And I mean, how recent?
Aye.
Was there moisture?
No.
If it flakes,
No.
it's okay.
No. Too far, Tony.
Well, what is the weirdest,
Was it like
funniest
when you
thing?
get chocolate on white bottoms? You have to kind of just flick it off.
blow it a wee bit.
Yeah, that's fucking brutal. I can't believe that's real.
I don't-
But I
I don't
can.
know if
I've been
that's
to
real.
house parties. That did happen. Like, do you know what I mean? When I read that question, I went, "What kind of fucking absolute animal puts a fucking skid marky keks in their mouth twice?" And then I went, "I know the kind of person who drinks fucking Koolov.
Aye.
That's a vodka Red Bull accent.
Yeah.
That's free pouring vodka."
And cocaine.
Now I wouldn't even say Coke's anything to do with it. Coke's a gentleman's drug.
There's. See,
That's cheap booze. That's
no,
Tesco
listen,
own
this
brand
is, this is the
vodka.
thing, right? Let's take, not that we can now because they're too late, but let's take the skid marks out of it. Mm-hmm. What the fuck are you doing putting anybody's knickers in your mouth?
Man.
Unless you have taken them off with your teeth. Why are you hoking in a fucking laundry basket? For dirt?
I'm guessing this is a teenagers having a party, and obviously it's only invite.
Well, I did do that one time now. I did do that one time. I went to a house party and there was a girl who, there was a, right, so.
You've already dug a hole. Because we're talking about somebody putting pants in their mouth, and you went, "I did do that one time."
No, I did do.
As if you're about to say something fucking horrendous.
No, and I did do something similar, as in a friend of mine.
What's similar to putting shiny pants in your mouth?
Listen and you'll find
Right,
out.
hurry up.
Fucking. So I had a friend who had a sister who was the same age as me, and she was extremely skinny.
Smoke weed every day.
Very skinny. So I thought, wouldn't it be good if I tried on some of her tank tops in order to make sure that she had enough space to move about in them? So,
How old were you, Connor?
about 18, so I
What
jumped
weight were you,
out.
Connor?
About 18 stone. So I remember it was a stone per year until 21. I tried on this tank top, right? Now, first of all, right,
See, after you put the tank top on, I just want to ask a question. Did you the next day have to walk along the street, like with your thumb out going... I can't whistle because my mouth's all dry. I'm talking about the vintage Incredible Hulk in the 70s. Look for Igno. Don't get me angry. You wouldn't let me for me. Did it rip? It's probably ripped.
the good thing, ladies and gentlemen, of being 18 at that stage, so that was 22 years ago, which, meant there was no mobile phones, because that clip would have went fucking viral.
Of course.
I burst into the kitchen of about 20-25 people wearing
Now
a lovely multicolour stripy boob tube, and my boobs fitted it. The belly didn't.
Aye. No, don't get me wrong. Everybody's been to a house party in their teens where someone has went into the ma's room, grabbed a bra or something, went, "Yeah," and everyone's like, "Ha ha," and it's always funny. It's always hilarious. Whoever does it, you're going, "I wasn't expecting that." Now, I've been to a lot of these parties. It happens every time, but you never know when it's going to come, when someone's going to jump in a wedding dress or something, right? But putting shitty knickers
That's what I mean.
in your
There's
mouth,
no
double checking, and then
putting them
repeat
back in
offending.
again. Yeah, nah.
The fuck out of my house.
I heard a wild story about. I'll tell you. I heard a very strange story about him.
no.
Sorry, a very
Other
strange story. Same fucking one every time. Somebody go and get me a tissue because this bastard and fucking sinus is annoying me. I heard a very strange story about that, and I'd never had it corroborated. I need to go and figure that out. Because I know the two fellow comedians who told me about it.
Right.
But it's in that.
Okay,
it's in the same vein as this.
Okay, well,
except weirder.
Okay. Is it something to do with chicken?
Maybe. Yes.
He's admitted that to me.
Right. What? Okay.
When
Well,
Shane-
we'll talk about it afterwards.
We'll do it real quick. When Shane Todd's barbecuing chicken, if he's cooking chicken, he wants to test if it's cooked or not. He'll lick it, even though it's still pink. And he's admitted that on the podcast.
Okay. I thought it was a rumor.
No. He will literally he'll pick it up and go like that, and that's how he. I don't know what sixth sense Crohn's has given him.
It does explain why he always wants to go to Nando's. But
It also explains why he's not allowed in the kitchen anymore.
yeah,
Keeps
that's
licking
true.
all the cock. It's French
Okay,
chicken.
that's good. That's good to know that it wasn't just made
Yeah,
up.
well, that
Because
happened, yeah.
It was that weird, but it's the person who came upon it and looked and went,
They did what?
"It's a mayonnaise." Who came upon him and all over him and I just always thought it was very strange.
That happened, yeah.
Because, like, it's
Either
a real...
Shane Todd likes raw chicken and that's how he fucking let on he was doing it.
It's a real out
And
there...
he get caught and went, no man, that's just how you taste chicken. Don't know how you taste chicken.
Yeah, this is my point, is that it's kind of out there as a way of figuring out how chicken's cooked. Because
look at it.
you would look at it
Yeah, it would change colour.
or cut it open.
Yeah, maybe he's colourblind, doesn't tell him.
Maybe. I don't know what the licking would do to suggest the level of cookedness. Anyway, it was a very strange
The
one.
weirdest thing I've seen in the house party was Connor Keys ran in the boob tube while me and Shane were licking chicken.
Aye. I didn't tell you what happened after that, but because I was in the boob tube, right? And it was fucking hilarious, right? Went down really well. I'm like, total roof.
When I wanted you to go away, I've made a new friend out of this one. I know. To be young again.
Until I broke the fucking bed. Now, because I got so excited. No, I got so excited. I jumped on the bed and broke two legs. So
Two legs?
2 legs of the bed. Yeah, not even just like.
I thought it was the slats.
The slats. No. Slats would be easy. The legs. So
Sure,
then
you look like a right slat in that boob tube. Boob tube?
you should have seen legs in the air because the bed collapsed and I'm fucking on the boob tube. But then we found phone books and books from the living room and put them on the legs of the bed.
Aye, do it really.
Grand.
You can't do that now. No phone books.
No phone books.
Can I prop my bed up with 4 iPads and a tablet?
Right, have you got Kevin? Next one. Have you got Kevin Hart down the rabbit hole yet? Now that he's basically a local. No, we've never even fucking met him.
Nah, I've just walked past him 2 times. I haven't even got close enough to smell him yet. There's a guarantee he's wearing cool water.
Oh, he'd smell of money.
I think he'd smell class. Aye.
Smell of money. Hello, guys. I watched
I
the
bet
boy.
his beard oil's amazing. I want to sniff his chin. Is that weird? That is weird, isn't it?
That's a wee
That's weird.
Yeah. Next one. Okay. Hello, guys. I watched the boy in the striped pajamas for the first time earlier,
no.
and was surprised to see Bishop Brennan from Father Ted, Jim Norton, as the kid's tutor. Are there any other well-known characters that you've seen in grossly out of context films that have taken you by surprise? For example, Fraser Crane in X-Men. Don't call me Len, you little Jew, is what they wrote down there. Hashtag don't call me Len, you little Jew. This is, by the way, this is supposed to be tissue paper, but sounds like I'm fucking unwrapping a present at Christmas because it's like fucking sandpaper. James has found it at the front there. Did you go to a joiner and just
Just give me whatever you have. Whatever you have.
I don't know any other
Yeah, it
characters.
took me I watched Boy in Striped Pajamas and it took me a long time. I was going, who the fuck is
Oh, nothing
It's
worse.
fucking Bishop Brennan.
There's nothing worse when you don't know who it is and you know. But then days, remember it used to go on like for weeks? Now it's just like you find out in 2 minutes. You go, oh, that's it.
You would just check it.
But for like people, younger people listen, like, that happened all the time at the house. Going, what was he in again? And then you never found out for weeks. You didn't know when it was happening.
I think there's like
Any other out of characters, out of context?
there's definitely. I seen a thing
Has
the
to
other day
be.
that Lawrence Fishburne used to be in a kids' TV show.
Right. Okay.
So that was always, I always think that's a weird one.
Yeah, I think Mick Jagger in is it Judgment Night or Mick Jagger was in a film with Emilio Estevez, and I haven't been right since. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that was my ducks. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's really because your dad's still in Wall Street. Yeah. I hear your brother likes tiger blood. Yeah,
that was a weird. I don't even know the name of the film.
Quackabilly. Yeah. Ooh. Didn't know I could do Mick Jagger.
Neither did I.
Can I? Is that even Mick Jagger? No. It's like a fucking cockney snake. Yeah.
Which is basically Mick Jagger. Right, next up. Hi lads, well-known pizza place is Belfast does a guest pizza special of the month. Okay, there's a well-known pizza place in Belfast does a guest pizza special of the month. What would be on the deck chair and yum special?
Do you hear what happened to Mick Jagger when he broke a tooth? He complained about his dentist.
Right.
Couldn't get no part extraction apparently. I can't get no.
Yeah, done.
Do you hear it? Mick Jagger one time lent Picasso to Ozzy Osbourne,
Right.
and Ozzy Osbourne lost it. And no, fuck this one.
You did. You were walking down nicely there.
He wants his painting back, but I forgot about the red door at the start of it.
Yeah. Oh well. Close? No cigar. No cigar.
What was the movie? Mick Jagger and Emilio Estevez?
Nearly sure Emilio Estevez was in it. Oh, it was something. It was a fucking weird
You
out there
be a
one.
kid, what you got? Right, go ahead, sorry, next
Pizza.
question.
What would be on the pizza?
Pizza.
What would be on the Deck Chair and Young special? If we were allowed to?
Pizza, weed and beer.
It would. It would definitely be herbs.
Meat.
Meat.
Cheese.
Not a meat.
Sauce.
Well, let's list it out. What would be on? Would you have pineapple?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Pineapple,
Jalapenos.
jalapenos. So there's our heat and our sweet.
Yeah.
Need a bit of meat. Heat, sweet meat.
I'd go chicken.
Yes. Like it. Yeah. Salami. If I had
Yeah,
to.
maybe a wee salami, sort of
yeah,
a
just to
sort
give
of
it
a
bit.
redder luncheon meat thrown on top of that.
Would you have garlic in your pizza?
Like or like bits of fresh garlic or like
No, bits of fresh garlic.
either way, garlic's class.
Pepper.
Yeah. But we do you can get garlic salt,
Oh, right. No.
or you can get it like
Yeah.
put it on like that.
Flamenco style.
No, do you know like do you want a bit of garlic? Go ahead. Sorry, Jackie's got the psoriasis on you, but
Any veg? No, fuck veg. No, we don't.
jalapenos is a veg.
Normal peppers, just for the colour.
I don't know. I think to be honest, when you start putting normal peppers has to be on maybe just one or two ingredients. If you're up to 4 ingredients in pizza, normal peppers is going to take over.
All right, okay.
I find it's going to
Overpowering, do you think?
It's going to overpower the rest of it.
There you are.
Although I love a normal, I do enjoy it. Would you go two types of cheeses? Would you go maybe a mozzarella, bit of
I would like
parm?
a bit of mozza and a bit of mature cheddar if I could.
Bit of mature
just
cheddar.
a wee
Right,
touch,
kind of
just to
cheddar
give it a wee
touch
touch.
over the
Yeah.
wall. Doesn't make fun of you.
No,
Yeah,
just as good. Yeah,
Does
yeah,
its homework cheddar?
No.
Yeah.
Pays all his bills.
That's it.
Right.
Saves for a rainy day.
One of them once.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
No overdraft cheddar.
No
Very good.
fucking mess about
Drives a Volvo.
How's that?
I figured out I can rock this chair without falling off. Because my feet don't hurt, and I've got my balance back.
Right, I was recently walking about my local town with my brother and his partner when a Bible basher went off on them for being gay. The thing that got him to shut up was when my brother said, just because you aren't allowed to have anal doesn't mean that you can stop others. My question is, have you seen or heard of any other ways to stop Bible bashers?
I don't know if you know much about people who go to the church, but getting anal is very rarely the problem.
Yeah.
Based on the movie Spotlight. Talk
Never been a
Bum and
problem in
Wayans.
the past now. Bible bashers, I mean, I don't know. I do remember... there is a clip somewhere. Remember my Thug Life video? Remember
Yes,
that?
that's a belter.
That was
That's a fucking like.
that was against the proper, but I mean the fucking
The
she
fucking top
demon
long
like yeah.
skirt. No running water in the house.
Yeah, all
Aye.
that fucking shit like she
And her talking in their microphone. It's not natural. Fuck up.
no.
Dickhead. Imagine shouting it's not natural through a megaphone, you fucking idiot.
So
Yamaha making your voice louder and you fucking... Do you know what I'd love to see when I see people protest against against pride, like LGBT issues?
Yeah.
I would love to grab the nearest straight fella and go, do you want to go each other in front of these? And then just go, we're not even fucking gay. Just to really wind them up.
well, we did it to her.
Dex.
There's a woman, and I didn't give her a name because I wouldn't give her the fucking time of day. But she turned up. I tried to set up a LGBT support group in 2015, I think it was, and we had our first meeting.
What do you call this cunt right enough?
I know her name, but I'm not
There you
going
go, say it.
and because she still has a blog, she still writes this fucking real vitriol.
Again,
like it's
writes a
real
blog
fucking-
on a computer and puts
I
it on
know.
the internet?
I know, not natural.
Here, is there a picture of her on the blog? Because that'll be a false idol. Breaking a commandment.
Oh, Jesus. No, I don't think she is. She's that fucking. But she, like, so.
She's practicing fighting. You talking?
I don't know what you were doing there. I thought you were dancing.
Doing a kata.
There was a clatter or what? Clatter moves. He's doing a clatter moves.
Doing a bit of karate, but obviously John Peter want to see it.
All right. Yeah, so picture the scene, Mick, if you can get out of the zone there.
Oh, sorry.
We had Oma's had Oma had his first Pride March last year, which was great. But in 2015,
All the sizes
we were way away yet. So we announced this meeting in this building. Actually, the fucking bastard turned up with a placard about the natural thing and all this sort of shit, and actually intimidated some young ones who didn't come in to the meeting because she's scared to fuck.
How very Christian of her.
I know.
Fucking
And
cunt.
She was right outside, and the worst thing is
Happy hole.
the ones who were there. I know that's what they were like. The ones who were there wanted to go out and fucking like
Throw in the
have a
water
go
to see if
with
she
it,
floats the witch.
And I said, listen, that's exactly what she wants. She wants to have this so she can go out. I says, what we need to do is the Father Ted. So 2 of them went out. I wrote the signs for them with down with this sort of thing and careful now, and just stood beside her. We got the photograph and she fucked off and left. We never said a word to her, never made her feel any way intimidated.
Just joined in.
Just stood there. And there was it was 2 girls, 2 lesbians who just stood there with the sign, and we got a photograph taken, and it was deadly. But again, she went on then on a rant on her blog about me because I was, I don't know, some sort of infidel for fucking letting gay people try and be equal. And then there was a public hustings, you know them things on the mound.
I had it buried under it.
And at the hustings, then I fucking challenged her a few times. But one of them, I think it was Lad Flicker.
Yeah, it was Lad Flicker.
Yeah. So somebody did a Thug Life video of me fucking tearing into her because she was
not even tearing into her.
I just asked a question.
Corrected her.
She kept bringing up all these homosexual abuse cases. And I just asked the question, did you Google heterosexual abuse? And then the audience went, wah! And that was it. That was my Thug Life moment. But yeah, she's still going. She's still fucking out there. And yeah, thankfully she's in very much the minority. But I love this.
I hope Jesus comes back. I hope Jesus comes back, walks up to her and goes, I was hanging about with 12 fellas, you dick.
Did I?
I lived from a man who was 30. You think I'm not? Yeah, fucking. I cut 2 assholes in my hand. You fucking, you get the idea? Dickhead. It was Adam and Steve. It fucking was.
She, so I wrote her a letter then after one of the elections. So she stood for 2 elections. One was council, one was MLA. And got like, I think she got 149 votes.
And she knows 182 people.
Right, 149 was a number stuck to me, but it had doubled. She had only got 70 something.
Right.
But because I had done the hustings event, and here's the thing about, if you're watching or listening to this now, and especially coming up to election time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
There's a weird thing that was on the moment, and she had this notion in her head, right? She thought, right, I'm running for MLA, so I will be obviously at a hustings event or a political debate. Mm-hmm. And what she doesn't understand is those things don't happen. They only happen for prime ministers or for first ministers, whatever the case would be. Debates in your local level do not happen unless somebody organises it.
Right.
They're not set in stone. They don't happen just because you put yourself forward. So I did in 2014 and 15. I personally set up an event at the Street Arts Centre, and they were political events. Now we did it with the papers and all that crack. But she wrote this letter on her blog about how could comedian, inverted commas to the bastard, Conor Keys...
You already win.
How could Conor Keys be allowed to host a political debate when he has such a clear bias towards the LGBT community? And I'm going, I organised the fucking... So I wrote this fucking... So I didn't do an event the following year on purpose because of her. Uh-huh. And I wrote her a letter to tell her, as the reason there's no political debate this year is because of you. Because you got... Say it was 50 votes the first year, but because we did a live streamed political debate, and it went to 8,000 people, and she got 3 times the amount of votes, to 149. Still fucking nothing. But I said, because of you, I'm not doing it this year. And the reason I'm not and she lost the fucking head. She wrote this big rant about she was going to election commission and all this crack because I was interfering with the voting. I said, no, I just didn't do it.
Aye.
And then your votes dropped right down again, so it worked. And she fucking went on this tirade. You should go on. The blog is on there.
She's
online,
a nutcase, like.
On a real rant on it. And then the best thing about this is, right, I wrote her a fucking lovely long letter, like, and really explained in detail why she didn't have these votes. She put the letter on her blog, but the thing is, I only sent it in paper. So she physically typed out every single word of my letter onto her blog. And I'm like, yes! This is fucking... You know, they always say to you, if you want to learn something, type it in or write it out yourself. And I think, fuck, she has learned a lesson.
I get this real weird... I've got this real weird... I'm very open to people celebrating their religions and
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely right. But for some reason, whenever people get judgmental about it,
yes,
I will absolutely start picking holes in what they're doing, right? Mm-hmm. So I know a Christian woman lovely woman, right? Doesn't swear, doesn't drink, will quite often say, will outwardly tell or openly tell people you shouldn't be living together, you're not married.
Yeah, all right,
will
okay.
Tell people,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that your children are born out of wedlock and they will be going to hell. Won't have witches on Halloween because
that's pagan stuff. Yeah.
No, because witches is the devil. Celebrates Halloween, which is pagan. Puts a Christmas tree up, which is pagan, and will do Pancake Tuesday, even though she doesn't do Lent. And Pancake Tuesday is fucking Catholic.
I love it. So confused.
Like
multicultures come
We'll
over
have
and just
posters on the
know.
wall and like false idols. I mean, you're breaking every fucking rule you want. You've just decided you want this one.
That is the thing.
Do you know what I
Certain
mean?
ones they pick, yeah, they're all right.
I want to stand at our house and go, see if you left your fucking finger on a Sabbath. I swear to God. If you make a fucking bit of toast this day, if you wipe your hole today, I swear to God, I'm telling Jesus.
Because, right, anyway, we'll be here all fucking day.
We should have one podcast where we start to finish just bitch about religion.
Just bitch about religion.
For a change.
Fuck, it'd be hours long. Right, next up, if you were a banana, what shade would you be?
Yellow.
I'd be, would you?
I like to be ripe. I suppose I'd like to be green so you'd live longer.
I'd be a shade of truth.
Right. Next question, Connor.
If Mickey ever gets wobbly knee syndrome, where would he have a stag?
I think I'd like to have a stag without having to get engaged.
Doesn't work.
Could I pretend to be terminally ill so we can get a wee party?
No. We could
Same thing,
organise
the stag,
things.
isn't it?
We can organise things for your 40th. That's the next time you get something
It's
big.
going to
like
take
a
some
wedding.
fucking level of witchcraft for me to live that long.
So it's going to be...
Yeah, for my 40th, I'll have a stag party.
Yeah.
Do you know, a stag themed birthday party?
You'll be on your second weekend by the time you're 40th.
I doubt it.
I know, right?
Aye, man, I had the tubes tied.
Listen. I've watched them all. I've watched them
them fall.
I've watched every fucking one of them. And they all surrender at some point.
Aye, but I don't think you understand how much damage I've done to my testicles over the years. A lot of substance abuse. You know what I mean? Like, if I ever get somebody pregnant, she will give birth to a bottle.
Like, I have seen...
I guarantee you, I've drank that much Guinness. My child would be black with blonde hair. Like a big pint of Guinness standing about.
I've seen boys who drink super tenants before 9 o'clock in the morning, father children. You're all right.
But I bet you they're not.
They're not there after they're born. I'm just saying they have fathered them. You know,
At my age, but
fucking older.
fuck, all right.
You're all right, getting back.
I don't want to be.
Oh, that's a different story. If you don't want to, that's a different story. Go on, take one.
You take, you will.
Go on.
Go on. If you don't take it, Angelina will. Fuck's sake.
We call her Ruby. Go on, take it. Right, other week Sam Spot. No question this week's lad. Just want to say how great Friday night was in Daly's. Don't think we'll get any better than that night. And can we please have Mickey back soon, as he was amazing. Can't wait to see him in the Waterfront Hall in December.
Mushy.
Thank you, Sam Spot. And no
Cheers,
more.
bye. Cheers.
Don't know, maybe you can spell my name. Anyway, I have to say, Mickey is phenomenal at impressions. My question is, can you do the Seth Rogen laugh?
No.
No. Okay, there you are. That's a quick answer. That
I
one.
don't know what it sounds like. Like something like that.
Yeah. Having read a tale of a mid-level manager sacking a person as a joke for April Fools, only to be sacked himself after the victim left and refused to come back, have you ever seen epic workplace karma or ever played April Fool's prank that went badly?
Workplace karma I've seen several times.
Right.
And I fucking loved it. Because it was when I was working in retail.
Oh, yes.
And not to sound a wee bit sexist, but surrounded by women who would get quite bitchy whenever they got... When you put a group of them together, they're just going to turn into wankers. Like, and there was a woman who's... I might have told this story before. I won't use her first name just in case there's relatives listening or whatever. But she was a fucking thundercunt, and she was a shop assistant like me, but she was older.
Right.
And she would behave like she was a manager. So in the morning we would get these team talks, and the managers and supervisors would stand behind the cash desk, and the staff would all assemble in front of the cash desk, and she would make a point of like standing behind it at the edge. So everybody in the blue, like, we know you work at the same level as us, and we all know, but you're hanging on the edge there to give yourself a wee bit of a kind of. I know what I'm doing.
Gareth Keenan.
Yeah,
The
like
Office,
a real what do you call the wee arse like in Dad's Army kind of vibe.
Oh, fuck, you're going real old school there.
That's the only one I can think of, because she reminded me of somebody from Dad's Army, just big glasses. But anyway,
Gareth Keenan, the Office team leader.
yeah, that kind of thing.
He's
The
not
kind
getting
of
paid
thing
no
where you
extra
go,
money,
I
but
didn't think people like you really fucking existed. And there was a time I'd only started working in the place, and I was helping her. I was folding clothes and bagging clothes for her as she was on the till. And a Chinese couple came up to the counter to pay for stuff, and she went, "Do you speak English?" English. Do you speak English? And the fella went, of course I do, I'm from here, like. And they made a complaint to the manager about her being racist.
Matey.
And I was like, you fucking cunt.
Fucking matey.
Another time whenever I got told off for talking when I worked in Dunez Boutique. And
Talking to...
so the shop was closed, right? At the end of the night, we would all be tidying the shop up, right?
Do you know how talking does?
Well, no, I wasn't. This fucking manager hated me.
I was thinking, fuck, that's some policy.
Yeah, hated me. It does sound like a weird thing to say. Fashion retail is a very sexist workplace because it's filled with women, and the fellas do all the heavy lifting, all the dirty jobs. The job's not. You're essentially a caretaker as well as fucking.
Yeah,
working
but you're not allowed to charge. You're not allowed to do any display work.
Yeah, and they also just like talk to you like you're. If something goes wrong, they'll all just fucking turn on you, and there'll just be two fellas with hangers. Get back. You bitches, get back!
Now, how long now? That's
my experience.
Exactly.
Here, this is my Me Too
this
moment.
is your experience, but let's talk about this. How long ago are we talking?
I was 16.
Yeah.
I know times has changed.
Doug, listen, what has changed in retail in 20 years? Nothing.
And I was up until I was 19, so 15 years. 20, 21. 20, yeah, I worked there when I was after uni.
Nothing's changing. Like, I mean, it's fucking, you know what I mean?
Fellas just don't work there anymore. Tell you, fellas are all back out to the factories now.
There wasn't even chip and pin there when you worked there, for fuck's sake.
Fucking was chip and pin when I
contactless.
worked there, you lying fucker. There wasn't contact. I was only 4-year-old. 5-year-old, remember? There was chip and pin, but I remember it coming in.
Well, the world has changed, Mick, since then.
Yeah, you're right. Probably
More
yeah, you're
equality.
right. Women have probably relaxed.
Women's-
You're right.
women-
You're bang on right. Women have probably gone, do you know what? Maybe we can meet just halfway, fellas.
No.
You're right.
No. What has changed since is men going, no, you fucking pick it up. That's what's
Could be
changed.
very
If you want
true.
equality,
Yeah,
fucking pick
could
it.
be very true.
15, 20 years ago, you'd be like, all right, I'll do it. I haven't tried. But now you're like, no, do it yourself.
Well, what was happening in this place was this woman hated me. The shop was closed and we were tidying up at the end of the day. And I threw a child's slipper. Now, I spun to the wee ones, not for a baby, like a baby slipper,
yeah.
right? Threw it over to a mate who was trying to find the match for it. Oh, there's there. Threw it across the room. And this woman who hated me was like, that stop throwing stock around the shop. That kind of broke. And I was like, it was a fucking slipper. And she went, if you're going to mess about, you can just go home. And I went, right, okay, noted. And she went, well, go then. And I was holding all these like bras and pants and shit. Like, I just dropped them with her feet. And she got all tangled up in a bra. And I was like, you don't want me to go home, I'm going home. So then the next day, it was a Saturday, right before Christmas time, busy as fuck. Somebody was on the till, and I was, again, folding clothes and putting them in the bag for her. And from across the shop, the girl was on the till, went to get a price check. You had to go to customer service to get a price check on something, or to do something. So the till was locked. I'm standing waiting. Customers waiting there. Big queue form behind them. And she screamed across the shop, Michael, to take a sale. Right? Now, everybody in the queue knew what had happened. So I went, quick, does anybody have a calculator? And then I got like a laugh from this whole fucking like crew of people. And then several of the customers went over to the manager and complained to her about her.
Matey.
Oh, and that young fella's working his balls off there, and you just try to make a dick out of him. And guess what? It backfired. Like
Deadly. Matey. I can't think of any.
That still makes me high. So sometimes I can't sleep. I go.
You mind that time? Just nod you over.
I had a real shrill voice, and in fact, talked kind of like the girl from Next. That weird
Right.
guy.
Oh, fuck, lovely. Oh, no. Right, next up. Great night in Daly's on Friday. Was wondering what was going through Mickey's mind when he arrived to Daly's. I was sitting at the bar and he came in looking like he'd just witnessed a murder. When he's getting that well-fed Bobby Sands impersonator on the podcast.
I was going through my head in dailies. Probably just trying to remember the new stuff.
Looked like you witnessed a murder, apparently.
The murder didn't happen until after I got off.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. Call the police. Are you a well-fed Bobby Sands impersonator?
That's Mark McCartney.
That's
McCartney did a
who
bit
that
about
is.
that. Yeah. You know,
I'm trying to remember who did that bit. Or was it McCartney?
McCartney.
No, we're not getting it back on, no.
Just fuck him.
Oh, no, I asked him, are you getting him on the podcast? No. He wouldn't come on ours now. He's got his own.
We did ask him, like.
He's got his own.
He would want to do that other shit anyway. Around here, been doing.
He's making too much fucking money.
Is he making a coin off it?
Anyway,
How he's doing
right.
that. I'd love money.
Well, lads, I'm blocked and I finally joined Tinder. As an ugly fucker myself, it's good to judge people based on appearance. I just want to ask if our good friend Mickey has had any good experience from the app. And then there's a weed question for Yums, of course. Do you believe spliffs are better for when you're drinking? And when did you start smoking full weed joints? Cheers.
I would say, my Tinder advice, it's had its day.
All right.
When I was on Tinder, early 20s, when Tinder first came out, everybody was like, I was in my early to mid 20s. 24, 25, when Tinder was first a thing. Everybody was like, this is so fucking weird, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, Tinder.
Is Tinder 10 years old?
Yeah, easily.
Fuck.
Which is why nobody can do Tinder jokes anymore, because it's been 10 years of Tinder jokes. But
That's mental.
it was very like, oh my God, this is mad, like, this is crazy. Like, you just meet up and go on dates and stuff. And now it's just dick pics and like, do you want to fuck or do you want a relationship? So there's no crack to bat on it.
Nah, no banter there.
I dabbled on it at one point in my 30s. Fuck me, even the pictures terrifying. Like, you obviously set an age range. And you realise you've got older. You're like,
oh, I suppose that. Jesus.
Oh, Christ me, it's like fucking me and you looking back at me.
Oh, Jesus. Me and you looking back at
It's just four adults that like us. No fuck boys. No problem. Don't worry about it. No fuck women.
Weed question for Yums. Do you believe spliffs are better for when you're drinking? I don't
No, absolutely not. Never smoke weed when you're drunk.
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
No, but it's better if you're not
No,
drunk.
right. Here's the golden rule. So if you've started drinking, no smoke.
If you started drinking, don't be thinking. If you're stone cold sober, smoke it over.
Aye. No, if you have a smoke first and then you're going out drinking, you'll be okay. But if you take a smoke whilst you've had a few drinks or tipsy, it'll not go well.
Aye.
But
Speaking of which, I can't wait to get home.
when did you start smoking full weed joints? I've never smoked full weed joints. I can't smoke them. They end up making me cough like fuck. So I need to have tobacco, which doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it just takes the edge of it, doesn't it?
Something, yeah,
Takes
makes
the
it,
bone
yeah.
off it.
So I'm very European when it comes to my joints. I don't have the American blunts, fucking pure beads and all that crack. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you can drink and smoke, but you need to have a good tolerance of it.
Aye. Of both.
Oh, well, definitely the weed.
Yeah. And the drink.
Yeah, probably. Okay, what happened that DUP MLA Christopher Stalford? I heard a few nasty rumours, but not sure what to believe. No idea.
Don't know.
Never heard any rumours. So we'll move on. Going on a stag weekend this weekend. Going on a stag do.
Oh, shit.
Stag do this weekend. He is coming. Also, I have a stomach ulcer and can't take ibuprofen. What else can I take? And what's the best hangover cure? Stomach ulcer and you can't take ibuprofen. Milk and magnesia.
Oh, probiotics would it be?
Probiotics, is that what?
Oh, just
no idea.
swallow Bonjela.
Hangover cure. We talked this a couple of weeks ago.
Lugs in the wank.
Well, he said lugs in the
Cold
wank.
curry
I
fried
said
rice.
Lucozade, paracetamol, and some
Wank.
sugar.
No wank.
And well, if you want to wank, yeah, but I would never have the energy for it.
A big shit.
Right. Have you ever had to deal with weird requests whilst on stage? Not heckles, but people asking random requests. Also, I'm blown away with the crap musicians / DJs have to put up. Oh, sorry. I'm blown away with the crap that musicians, DJs have to put up with crap musicians. The crap that musicians and DJs have to put up with from randoms thinking their music taste is class and that's what everyone wants to hear or even asking to have a go on stage. I've never heard anybody wanting to have a go at stand-up on stage as it's happened.
No, I've never had that happen. I have had weird. I remember once I've told you before. I think somebody handed me a sanitary towel, unused, with "Say Happy Birthday" to Stacey on it.
Nice. Okay.
And I looked over at the table, and it was a girl that I had slept with, and I was like, I could ruin this entire family do. There's 10 days here, and I can tell you what her asshole looks like. Tell you what it tastes like. In fact. I can't. But I can tell you one thing, that fanny pads not fitting it. So you're going to need two of them after the stretching I give it. You must strap a pillow to that girl's fanny, trying to soak that up. Fuck me, it's like Cthulhu.
It's like what? It's like what?
The Kraken. It's like Dumbo's mouth.
Oh my god, right. Dumbo's mouth.
Telling you, you fuckers. Some job fucking fixing that back together. You have to look like a packet of ham. Chewed ham, too.
Oh,
Wafos.
Yep. Thin as fuck. The one thing that I remember being in Larne and having somebody do the Will Smith Chris Rock thing, like walking right up to me, where I
Right.
thought, fuck, this cunt's going to hit me, and then just got to like an inch from the stage and then turned right to go the other way. Instead of like walking past that way, he walked the whole way to the front to walk away, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking
Close one, like.
can't be taking any more food suggestions from Mickey. The volcano from Amigos was shite.
It was the Mexicano I told you to get, you fucking dose. Of course the volcano's gonna be shite. It's named after a volcano. You wouldn't buy a volcano pizza. Oh, this tastes like a hole full of lava. The Mexicano, you get a hole full of lava.
What's taste?
But it's worth eating.
There you are, the Mexicano.
Volcano, my fucking ass.
He was close enough.
I mean,
First half, we got
I don't know.
Kano.
Is there a Mexican volcano?
Probably.
Maybe it could be. Aye.
Right, well, the medics in. Well, boys, hope you're both keeping well. My question will take Mickey back to his drama days. A rose by any other name smell as sweet. So how do you think there is power in a name?
I don't think she understands that. I don't know fucking book my whole way through that.
Yeah, I know. Recently, my divorce has been fucking finally came through, and the curse of my 20s is over, so I can change my name legally back to my maiden name. I hate seeing my married name on everything, but now I can properly change it back. I feel so much relief and peace. So do you guys feel that a name can have an effect on people?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
There's nobody called Hitler anymore.
No. Adolf died.
Actually, there is a couple of Hitlers in New York, but I was reading about this.
They've changed it to Hitlerberg or
No,
something?
they all decided not to have kids. They were Hitler's nephew.
Would it not make more sense to just change your name?
That would also make more sense. But Hitler had a half brother who moved to the States, had kids and stuff, and his kids have all basically on.
Half
Oh,
brother.
let's not start this one. But they've in fact you're right. Yeah, they all changed their names to Obama. You're right. The story was these three brothers they had, and they worked somewhere in I think New Jersey. They had some sort of like weirdly. I mean, it still involved trains, like a haulage company thing.
I thought you were going to say a gas company or something. I was like, please.
No, they're not that on the nose. Another Jewish joke, if you pay attention. But they all decided that they wouldn't breed because they wanted the Hitler lineage to die with them.
There you
So there you go.
Jesus. Right, next up, after World War II, the
Another one
dish,
was like, I don't know what.
the dish borscht or beetroot soup was served with cauliflower soup.
I thought he was on a fucking walk. Next question.
Is the next question? I'm on the next question.
But I thought he was away on a fucking dander and he's asking more questions. He said he'd done it for 3 weeks.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That fella there that said we made fun of his sick fucking 10-year-old brother, and now he's
Is that
asking.
the same boy, is it? All right, okay.
He said he was down and up the woods 3 weeks, no signal.
I
Now
know.
he's here talking about fucking borscht.
Lying out of content.
I'll borscht your bubble.
I
with
paid-
that.
paid no
Borscht your fucking lip.
Just shows you how much attention I paid to these things. So yes, there was after World War II, the dish beetroot soup was served with cauliflower soup. The white of the cauliflower representing the snow, and the red of the beetroot signifying the Russian blood spilt on it. My question: what food would aptly represent the troubles over here? I mean, it would be hard depicting a petrol bomb in a bowl of soup.
Potato cheese onion sandwiches. Chris sandwiches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Some bits are sharp, some bits are jaggy, but it all tastes kind of nice. It shouldn't work, but eventually it does.
You should have both, the northern and southern ones, just together,
Yeah.
mixing them about.
Aye, and then a Protestant crisp like a Walker's.
Aye.
In fact,
Or-
there you go. That makes sense for the orange man.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't call them martyrs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would sum up the troubles as a meal?
Bangers and mash.
Bombay mix. Just shots.
Duck à l'orange.
Well, that's very French, though, isn't it?
Aye.
Very little to do with it. Duck à l'orange. You just have to. Hey, duck à l'orange.
I don't know what else.
I mean, to be honest, it's going to be just fucking mince and spuds
gonna
mashed
be-
up
That's it.
with a wee bit too much onion.
Don't even start the food stuff. Right, any news on the NFT Connor forged? No, I don't even know if it's forged. I just know I did something. I don't know what it was. Next up, what's the most alpha male thing you've ever done? Put up a shelf, change the plug top, beat someone up outside a chippy.
I changed the
have
toilet
a fight outside
seat. Changed the
chippy.
toilet seat one time and felt like a fucking like I could put my foot through a fucking bus. I was like, ugh. No, I will admit to you, my girlfriend had to help me. But I took the first shit on it.
Nah, yeah, I've done all that shit, shelves and toilet
Changing
seats and all
tires
that
and-
crack, yeah. And I have beat up somebody to a chippy, but that was many, many moons ago. I don't know.
And I would like to say, I'm sorry I took your chips. I just wanted to burn your gravy.
No, I haven't fought since I was over 20. I would never, I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I can't fight.
I was very foolish in my younger days.
I did get in a fight one time when I was in school. I told this before. I didn't beat a guy up. I won the fight. And that guy turned out to be a paedophile years later. And I sometimes think, did I hit him so hard that it changed his sexual preferences? Or did I just know he's a bad one?
You might have known he's a bad one. There was a smell of him.
That's it. I'm the paedophile hunter's NI origin story. Telling you.
He smelled the jelly tots, that's why.
I just knew he was a bad one. I says, who's a var at the age of 12?
I take it you cleaned the mic and dailies after Ian Thompson because he's a prod, because I know it's fuck all to do with COVID. That was my joke.
That was a funny joke, yeah.
On Friday night.
Very funny. It was because of COVID, because he kept coughing saying COVID.
I know, but he's trying to make out because we said there's
sectarian?
no COVID, so it couldn't have been about COVID. It must have been because
Oh, right, okay.
it's a layered joke. It didn't work. Didn't work. Try it again.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Rehash it out. You did.
I
You
don't think it was
can't.
I genuinely did. I mean, I knew you were going to do it, but I mean, I thought it was That's
No.
why I thought it was funny.
I was on about this. That'd be fun. Oh, you were saying mine.
But what did you say? I wasn't listening to you.
Okay, that's fine. Right, next up, what shop in the country has the best looking staff? There's a few hot boys working in Next at the moment, and they are...
I'm going to say something to you, Connor Keys, that you're going to think's fucking mental, right? There's something about Euro spars
Right,
have very good looking female staff.
right.
Something about them wee black trousers they have to wear that makes the bottom look...
Paul Zemmingen.
Oh, it's like a bag of oranges.
I've had long...
So I mean, you're just there going, look at that fucking whole lot thing there. Boy. Look at the fucking whole lot of it. Do you know what I mean? And there's something about the t-shirt as well. It makes ditties look real. Oh, there's ditties under there. Do you know what I mean? Do you know when you get to a certain age you realise...
I can't picture a Eurospar t-shirt.
I have a whole fucking bookmark of them here in my phone. I'll show you later. Do you know whenever you get to a certain age where you go, a cleavagey top does nothing for me, but a big jumper with a ditty underneath it makes me go, why?
Nah, it wouldn't matter.
That'll make a noise you take that off.
Doesn't matter. Oh, it's like that.
Yeah, you'll have to throw it over a chair. It's a really good, healthy, supportive bra.
I have been into
4
places
clips in it.
like some of those fancy shops have
I like your Hollisters and have everyone looks
Aye.
the same good looking.
like the Joe Malones and all them.
Aye,
Sort of, they're
aye.
all
And
even the older women. You know, in their day, they were one of those women. You know what I mean? You know,
I don't know,
once you
there's
meet them,
something about a woman that works a good, works in a garage forecourt that makes me think, fuck me, I bet she's rough hands. Do you know what I mean?
do damage out
Yeah.
there.
And she'll say things like, you fill me up for a change.
You have played this out in your head a lot, haven't you? Give me your pump, big boy.
Aye, yeah.
What
With
pump?
no Lambert and Butler left. Do you know what I mean? There's something about the way they check letters before they give them to you. Makes me think, fuck, she's a good worker. She'd bury you good chiller, that doll there. Good healthy wains. Big healthy, big wains. Big healthy wains.
Should know how to check your oil.
She will indeed. She said things like, do you want a bag?
Should dip
And
you.
you all know, and she go, good, I don't use them either. Big lad. And she just check a letter and then you're willy.
Get the gas.
That's it. She'd be all
Speaking of gas,
aye.
Pop 4. Pop 4. You've left your cap off.
Oh wow.
did that on
Do you know
purpose.
what I mean? Something about like, you know, you look down onto the duvet, you wake up in the middle of the night, you feel something rummaging down in your nethers. You think, what's that? What's that? You lift the duvet up and she's in a shutter. Why? So window only after 11. Do you know what I mean? Do you want a jambone?
They call me four-stroke.
Is that the kind of doll fucking
Was Petter.
like she'd whip you in the ass with a fucking Horse and Hound magazine. I don't even know who buys these. Whack. Oh. Do you know what I'm saying?
So you like
Always has chewing gum. Do you know what I mean?
any other shops you can think of?
Rizzlers and all. Or Rizzler.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah.
She'd be like filled soda and you'd be all,
Get the paps. Get the paps.
I'm on me. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Put our cakes in, our family smells like new car. Oh.
Could be worse. Could smell like a Scotch egg.
It could smell like hire purchase. That's my main. That's where I think people at the sexiest workers is garages. I don't know why it is. I just think when somebody can rock a Eurospar outfit, you go. I bet you she's a very good looking woman if she can get away pull that outfit off. Like,
so you're judging on the ability to wear that well.
I think there's that and just what it does to me. I don't know what it is. There's just something about Eurospar. Sentra, get away from me. Don't want to know.
Go away. What about Mace? Fuck you.
Cost cutter. But Eurospar, normal spar, get teeth.
No
fucked.
Good.
Oh, the dog.
Not even half of it.
Nisa. Trumps.
Some bad
But a
looking
Eurospar.
Some bad looking base.
Something about a Eurospar just makes me think, oh, Irish passport. You farted, didn't you?
What?
Did you fart?
No.
You did.
I didn't know.
Somebody farted. Did you fart? Did I fart? Anyway, somebody farted. We'll get out of here so I can go to Eurospar for a wank. You did fuck, didn't you?
What do you like in Dame Street in Dublin? I always just wonder.
Is there a
what,
big Eurospar in Dame Street?
There's a.
That big Eurospar? Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm a
I was
mess.
going to say he must be a fucking pure root when you walk past that
It's
place.
definitely you, because even he knows it smells like one of yours.
What?
Your farts.
No, I didn't.
Put your right hand to God.
I-
Put your right hand to God.
I-
Yes, you fucking tramp. Oh, he's coughing. That means he's squeezing more out.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I didn't know if you were asking like in the recent time frame of
Like there now.
like there now.
Aye.
It was a few months ago, but
I'm trying to tell you my Eurospar love poem.
I know when I wasn't listening at all, I was trying to
Whether you're late for your meeting.
navigate the. I am late for my meeting. Okay, so thank you very much. I gotta go. I'll leave you with that nice
Yeah, thanks for the aroma.
aroma.
Thanks for the time. Thanks for the Patreon. Thanks for the support. Thank you, Eurospar.
Just ringing now.
What's up, motherfuckers?